finishes as an individual. Boone currently works as a herdsman at Johnson Family Show Stock and Tibbetts Livestock, while judging numerous shows around the country. We're really thankful that Boone took the time to drive up here today, so if we could all give him a round of applause for coming up to judge today's show. Thank you.
Really nice class to go ahead and start off our guilt show here today. I opted to lead off with the young ladies. They're all guilt out here. I think this one just has the advantage in terms of sheer base width. Study that one coming at you. It's broader at the base of its chest floor. I love that one squareness of knee. Study it from that one, or study it from the side. I think that one's incredibly loose, incredibly flexible. Got a really neat kind of look. If you want to get critical on her, you'd like to soften her up in terms of her lower body shape, maybe give her a shot more rear leg feature, but that's being awfully critical of a gilt that does a lot of things incredibly well. Take nothing away from the young lady's Yorkshire appearing gilt, one that has the advantage in terms of muscle density and just sheer rugged feature. For me, she just doesn't put it together in quite as neat of a package. She's one that wants to get a little bit more upright in terms of the structure to her hip. She wants to camp that high leg up under her ever so slightly. Maybe gets a bit closed up at the base of her chest floor, but still an incredibly bulky gilt. You go ahead and go second. Let's give these exhibitors a big round of applause.
All right, congratulations to Olivia Hitchke, first place in our registered December guild class, and also to Haley McLeod, second place in our December registered guild class. Next class coming into the ring are going to be our registered January guild. We have Haley McLeod, Peyton Berg, Isabel Krupp, and Olivia Hitchke.
classic gilts out here. Again, opted to lead with the young ladies Duroc gilt here in front of me. One that I think does so many things well in terms of balance and proportions. Love that one's killer look from the side. Think it's got plenty of spread at the base of its chest floor. Love that one's flexibility in terms of the utilization of its joints. Again, if you want to get critical on this one, you'd maybe like to clean her up there at the top side of her neck, maybe push a little bit more lower body shape, but that's being critical of a good one to go ahead and win. Take nothing away from the young lady's Hereford gilt here in second, one that is incredibly bold in terms of its body shape. I love how dense that one is in terms of its muscle pattern up high. Another one that I think has a neat kind of balance and look from the side. Just one that, for me, needs to relax in terms of the angle and slope to its hip, maybe use its rear leg a little bit more comfortably, but a nice one to go second. Young ladies Berkshire gilt here in third, one that's incredibly maternal and productive in terms of her look from the side. Love her length love the length and extension she offers. Certainly one that offers plenty of flexibility. For me, she gets a bit more concave in terms of the shape to her forerib. Maybe doesn't have just the mass and spread to run with the two ahead of her. Then as we round out the class with the young ladies Duroc gilt, another one that is incredibly long, extended, and productive. She just needs to be intensified in terms of her feature at the surface. Maybe needs to be a little bit stouter in terms of her skull and jawline to move up any higher in this particular class. Let's give these exhibitors a big round of applause.
All right, congratulations to all of our registered January gilt exhibitors. First place in that class goes to Olivia Nitsky and second to Haley McLeod. Our last class of registered gilt is going to come from our February lot, being Elise Berg and Katie Berg to enter the arena.
groups, and honestly couldn't be more pleased with the lineup of quality I have out here. All gilts that represent a tremendous amount of function, all gilts that are certainly going to go back to their respective herds and add an essence of quality. But with that being said, I do think that there's one out here that hits me a little harder. I think there's one out here that covers the fundamentals of just being built right and having the right kind of width and muscularity and squareness while having just that extra shot of quality. So if you would join me in giving these kids one last big round of applause, and I'll show you the one I like best. Congratulations. We drop out the second place gilt from that class, and I certainly don't think she detriments the quality out here at all. I think she's got incredibly big breeding pieces. I think she's got some pieces that she certainly can pass on to better the next generation. So with that being said, the young lady with the Yorkshire gilt will go ahead and be your reserve purebred gilt. Congratulations.
All right, congratulations to all of our registered breeding gilt exhibitors. Our grand champion registered breeding gilt comes from our December lot, lot 1, Olivia Nitschke, and our reserve grand champion breeding gilt also comes from our December lot, Haley McLeod. Our next division is going to be our great commercial breeding gilt. We have 3 classes of December grade breeding gilts. We'll have Kaylin Hibbs, Haley McLeod, and Lizzie McLeod. On deck are our January grade breeding gilts. We'll need Hattie Abentross, Paige Zimbrick, Jace Zimbrick, Grace Cook, and Isabella Severson.
Our crossbred gilt division. I don't know that there's one out here that in my mind is just perfect, but the one that checks the most boxes for me today is the young man's gilt right here in front of me. I think in terms of just having a neat kind of look from the side, having the right kind of bulk and density to her body shape, and being incredibly broad in terms of the spread to that body cavity off of either end of her skeleton. She's incredibly good. I love that one's density of feature. Now that's not to say she's perfect. To me, she's one that wants to get a little steeper in terms of the angle to her hip. She's also one that wants to pressurize on the outside of that hoof wall as you watch her go away, wants to roll out her hock. I think we need to square her up there a touch, but still a very nice place to start. Take nothing away from the young lady's gilt here in second. One that I think is incredibly bold and incredibly dense and pliable in terms of her body shape. I love this one's width. I love that one's muscularity. To me, she's one that wants to get a little bit longer and frailer in terms of her skull. She's also one that as you study her in terms of the utilization of her hind leg, she gets a little bit more uncertain in terms of where she wants to set that rear foot down and how she wants to drive off of it. But still a nice one to go ahead and go second. As we round out the class here in third, really big featured kind of gilt. Love that the spread between that one's eyes. For me, that one just gets too one-dimensional from the side. Study her coming and going. We got to pull her open ever so slightly. Still a nice class. Let's give these kids a big hand.
All right, congratulations to all of our December grade breeding guild exhibitors. First place in that class was the Calvin Hinton, and second, the Haley McLeod. Next, we'll have our January grade breeding guild come out. We have Abby Abentroff, Kate Simbrick, Jade Simbrick, Grace Cook, and Isabella Siebertman. On deck are our February
Another really good class of crossbred gilts out here, and again, one that maybe doesn't just have a perfect class winner to go ahead and lead off with, but the one that hit me the hardest out of this particular class is the young ladies across the ring. I think just in terms of true squareness off of either end of its skeleton, that one offered the greatest advantage. Love that one's density to its body shape. I think that thing's got a big square shape up high. Love that one's squareness going away. I think it's incredibly level in terms of its tail head set. For me, if you want to make this one perfect, maybe like to make it a shot stouter in terms of its forearm, maybe extend it up through its head and neck ever so slightly, but that's still a nice one to go ahead and lead off with. Take nothing away from the young man's here in second. One that I think has the advantage in terms of just sheer density of feature. That thing's got an awfully big rear leg in her. Love that one's forearm. Love that one's running gear. For me, relative to that one's body shape, she wants to push a little bit more there at the base of her cheek. One that's not quite as refined in terms of her jawline. We also need to stouten her up in terms of just her forerib shape as she transitions out of the backside of her shoulder. But still a nice one to go second. Across the ring, young lady here in third. This pig offers a killer look from the side. Incredibly high tying, tall-shouldered kind of gilt. Paints an awesome silhouette. Where I get critical on this one is off of either end of its skeleton. She gets too closed up at the base of her sternum. Not quite as wild and dynamic out through her pin set. Just question where that one's going to be on down the road as she continues to grow and continues to fill out that skeleton. Young lady here in fourth, one that offers plenty of length and extension. Love that one's mobility. Just gets too harsh in terms of its lower body shape. Isn't quite as just neat in terms of the top side of its neck and how it transitions out of the front side of its shoulder. Then as we round out the class, really extended, practical kind of gilt. Love the turn to that one's rib. For me, she just gets a little bit narrower or a little bit shallower in terms of her overall body shape, a little bit frailer there at the surface. Again, a nice class. Join me in giving them a big round of applause.
All right, congratulations to all of our January grade breeding guild exhibitors. First place in that class goes to Isabella Severson and second to Jace Zimbrick. Our final class of grade guilds is going to come from our February lot, and we have Kellen Hintz in the ring. On deck, we'll be selecting our grand and reserve grand champion commercial breeding guild.
Just one. Single entry out here, but one that I certainly think can stand some competition. Love how high tying that one is out of the top side of its shoulder. Certainly think that one's plenty flexible in terms of the set to its knee and the utilization to its hock. That's one that as you watch it go away, it drives with plenty of authority. Be awfully interesting to see how that one comes out for an overall crossbred.
All right, congratulations. First place in our February grade breeding guild division. Now we're going to go ahead and select our grand and reserve grand champion commercial breeding guild. From the first class, we have Kellen Hinch and Haley McLeod. And from the second class, Isabella Severson and Jace Zimbrick. And then our final class, February, Kellen Hinch. On deck to this class, we'll be selecting our grand and reserve grand champion supreme breeding animals. So Olivia Nitsky and Haley McLeod with your registered December entry.
And again, as I said in the purebred show, couldn't be more pleased with the lineup of quality out here. All gilts that offer or that do a great job covering the fundamentals while offering some unique intangibles to go back and bring back to a herd. With that being said, there's one out here that maybe checks a few more of the boxes for me. One that comes out here and does it with a few less holes. So if you will, join me in giving these kids a big round of applause. I'll show you the two gilts I like the best. Congratulations.
All right, congratulations to all of our grade 3 gilt exhibitors. A special congratulations goes to Isabella Severson from our January lot, Grand Champion grade gilt today, and also to Kellen Hint, Reserve Grand Champion grade gilt from our December lot. Now we're going to go ahead and select our Grand and Reserve Grand Champion breeding animals. So we'll have the 2 registered and also the 2 grades. Again, our registered winners was Olivia Nitschke, Grand Champion, and also Haley McLeod, Reserve Grand Champion in our registered breeding gilt. And then Isabella Severson in our grade for champion and Reserve Grand Champion, Helen Hint.
I'm looking for pigs that do the little things right while having the extra far-reaching pieces to go ahead and contribute to the next generation. So keeping that in mind, young man with the crossbred will go ahead and be reserved. Very nice set. Let's give these kids a big round of applause for their efforts.
All right, congratulations to all of our breeding swine exhibitors. Grand Champion Supreme Breeding Animal today goes to Isabella Sievertson from our grade lot, and also in our grade division for Reserve Supreme Breeding Animal goes to Kellen Hinn. Also, we've got some really beautiful, nice awards that the Red River Valley Fair coordinated, and we had some generous sponsors help with. Please, 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 winners, I will have thank you notes that I'll be giving to you later, but also if you can get a nice banner picture with your awards and send those to us and or post them to the livestock site, we'd really appreciate it. We're very thankful for the fair, for the awards, and for the sponsors that make it happen. Now we're going to go into our market swine show. We are going to start with our registered barrow classes. We have 3 classes of registered barrows today, shown by weight. Our first class of registered barrows that can make their way into the ring one at a time. We have Grace Caleb, Elise Berg, Peyton Berg, and Elise Berg. Weights in this class range from 153 to 204 pounds. On deck, we'll have our middleweights. We'll need Sully Avenshaw, Haley McLeod, Grace Cook, Isabel Krupp, and Willow Avenshaw.
Really nice class of purebred barrows here. For me, the one that probably hits me the hardest in this particular class is one that really didn't want to give me a look initially, but the more you study this pig, the more you realize he's got some really neat pieces to him. That's the young lady in the blues barrow across the ring from me. Study that one coming right at you. He's incredibly square in terms of his chest floor and his knee. I love how fresh he is in the shape that he offers out of the top side of his shoulder. Study him going away. I think he's plenty square enough there. Love the length and extension he has ahead of his shoulder when he does decide to go ahead and pick his head up. Nice place to start. Take nothing away from the young ladies here in second. That's one that is arguably the stoutest in this particular class. Love that one's width and spread out of the back side of its shoulder. Again, he's incredibly bold in terms of his body shape. Love how dynamic he is in terms of the spread to his pin set. For me, he wants to roll in on his front feet. He's not quite as coordinated in terms of the utilization of his rear too. Young lady here in third, really good pattern kind of barrel. Love that one from the side, one that's high tying out of the top side of its shoulder. Love how level it is out through its hip. For me, that one just needs a shot more groceries. He gets a little more closed up coming at me, a little bit more one-dimensional in terms of its forerib shape. Then as we round out the class with the young lady's Yorkshire appearing barrel, another one that balances up incredibly good from the side, just needs a few more groceries to go ahead and run with the three ahead of him. Let's give these exhibitors a big round of applause.
All right, congratulations to our lightweight purebred barrow exhibitors. First place in that class goes to Peyton Berg and second to Elise Berg. Next class will be class 2, our middleweight of purebred barrows. We need Sully Abenstrom, Haley McLeod, Grace Cook, Isabel Krupp, and Willow Abenstrom. And weights in this class range from 221 to 235
barrows out here, and I apologize for taking a little more time. I was just trying to maybe see if that Duroc barrow on the other end of the ring would finally catch his stride and relax a little bit out here, but he just really wasn't wanting to cooperate for the young man. But definitely didn't hold it against him, because I do think it is a good pig. But the young lady's Yorkshire barrow is the one that I opted to go ahead and lead off with. I think in terms of design from the side, that's the one that I certainly gravitated towards. Love the density of that one's structure. Love the stoutness of skull that one offers. One that, again, is incredibly pliable in terms of his body cavity. One that's square off either end of his skeleton. Certainly good enough in terms of the utilization of its joint work when she goes ahead and gets that one drive. Take nothing away from the young man's red barrow there. One that I think that is extremely broad off of either end of its skeleton. Love just the genuine width and spread at the base of its sternum. Love that one's spread from stifle to stifle and just true muscularity. For me, that one just gets a little more jammed up off of either end of its skeleton. Got to put a little bit bigger of a running gear in that one to go ahead and run with our class winner. Take nothing away from the young ladies in third. Arguably one of the more mobile ones out of the top three. Love that one's running gear out here. I certainly think that one's plenty comfortable in terms of its joint work. For me, he gets a little bit plainer there at the base of its throat latch, maybe a little bit frailer at the surface, while also being a little bit steeper in terms of its rump structure. I think if we can fix him in those areas, we certainly could afford to slide him up a few spots. Young lady's Hereford barrel, one that's incredibly dense, one that's incredibly muscular, just a little rounder in his kind, a little more upright in terms of his shoulder. And then as we round out the class, the young lady's Berkshire barrel, really pliable, productive kind of hog. Love the volume of muscle that one offers. Just need to sharpen him up in terms of his edges, make him a shot more defined in terms of his true muscularity up high. And then I think we can maybe slide him up a few spots within this particular class. Let's give these exhibitors a big round of applause.
All right, congratulations to our middleweight purebred swine show exhibitors. First place in that class goes to Willow Abentrot, and second to Sully Abentrot. Next class in the ring are heavyweight purebred barrows. We need Dave Zimbrick, Grace Cook, Ty Nitschke, Cheyenne Thompson, and Cody Freeberg. Weights in this class range from 241 pounds
purebred market barrows, and I think there's one out here that hits me awfully hard, and I don't think twice about using him. That's the young man in the center of the ring. I think study that one off either end of his skeleton. That thing is broad, that thing is incredibly square. Love how fresh that one is at the top side of his skeleton. Love its mobility, love that one's running gear. You want to get a bit more critical, surely we'd like to make him a little bit taller in terms of his stature, maybe freshen him up at the top side of his neck, but that's being awfully critical of a pig that does a lot of things right. The fresher option comes in the young man's in second. I love this one's back shape up high. That thing's got a big, fresh, juicy shape up high. Love that one's expression and definition as you study him going away. For me, it's this one's structure that gets him in trouble. He gets too far upright in terms of the slope to his knee. He's one that gets a little bit less coordinated in terms of where he wants to put that rear foot down as you study him from the side, but still a nice one to go ahead and go second. Young lady's white barrow there across the ring is another one that's incredibly broad and dynamic in terms of its muscularity. Love that one's mobility going across the ring. For me, that one gets far too frail in terms of the shape through its skull. It's also one that's maybe pushing a shot more condition relative to where it's at, weight and maturity wise for me today. The problem barrow in this particular class for me is the one that's in 4. I think from the side, that thing is very good, an incredibly highly presented pig. I just need to make that thing stouter. Coming at me, he's far too closed up. He's far too narrow in terms of his pin set. I think if we could get any more muscularity and any more shape out of that one could certainly slide up in class pretty handily. And as we round out the class, young man's Hampshire appearing barrow is one that again has tremendous volume of muscle. We just got to change how we lay it on him, make him a shot square, make him a shot more comfortable in the utilization of his hip and rear leg. Very nice class. I thought that there was one that stood out within its respective class quite a bit for me. There's one that hit me incredibly hard, and I really didn't have too much to criticize on it. The young man's red barrow in front of me will go ahead and be your grand purebred barrow. We drop out the second from that class, and I again certainly don't think it detriments the quality at all. As I said in class, Love that one's squareness. Love how fresh that one is up high. Just get a little more critical on that one's structure, and that's where I land on that one. Again, as we drop him out here for an overall purebred barrel. With that being said, I do think that there's one that offers a shot more in terms of just skeletal comfort while still being fresh and still having the extra look. The young lady's Yorkshire barrel across the ring will go ahead and be reserved. Congratulations.
Reserve Grand Champion Purebred Sparrow goes to Willow Avenshaw with her Yorkshire entry. Those two takes will come back for the Grand Market Drive at the end of our market show. Now we're going to go ahead and move into our commercial market barrows. We've got 3 classes of commercial market barrows. Our first class in the ring is going to be our lightweight, ranging in weight from 181 to 207 pounds. We'll need Helen Hitt, Lindsay McLeod, Kate Sifrit, and Ty Nitschke. On deck, we'll have our middleweight, which will be Peyton Bird, Sterling Avenshaw, Drew Nitschke, and Olivia Nitschke.
This is where it gets really exciting for me, and I think there's one out here that is just an absolute man amongst boys in terms of being square and having the right kind of skeletal density and having the right kind of skull shape and jawline. That's the young lady's black barrel right in front of me. Love that one's head shape. Love how defined it is in terms of its lower skull shape. Love that one's squareness coming at me. Incredibly dense at the top side of its skeleton. Good in terms of its body shape. Incredibly square from hip to hock to ground. Study it in terms of its utilization from the side, and it's plenty good enough for me. If you want to get critical on it, we just need to relax it in the center portion of its spine ever so slightly, and I think that one would be awfully, awfully good. Still in very nice place to land with the class winner. Take nothing away from the young man's barrel across the ring from me. One that I think has a tremendous look from the side. Love how high that one ties out of the top side of its skeleton. Another one that's truly square coming and going. Relative to my class winner, he gets a little bit narrower between his eyes. He's one that's not just quite as dense and rugged in terms of his feature, but that's been awfully critical. A nice one to go second in class. As we get down here between 3 and 4, I think it's just pure, genuine muscle that separates the two. Young lady that goes ahead and goes third with their calico barrel just offers a more natural shape up high, more true skeletal spread off of either end of its skeleton. Young man here in 4, really broad shape up high. For me, it reads a bit more counterfeit. That one gets a bit more closed at its knee, not quite as truly dynamic as you study that one going away. Still a very good class. Join me in giving these kids a big round of applause. That'd be awesome. Thank you.
All right, congratulations to all of our lightweight commercial market barrow exhibitors. First place in that class went to Paige Simbrick and second to Kellen Pin. Next, we're going to have our middleweights coming in the ring. We'll need Peyton Berg, Sterling Abentroff, Drew Nitschke, and Olivia Nitschke. Weights in this class range from 211 to 242 pounds.
drop these crossbred barrels out here for an overall crossbred, and I think the quality has just been absolutely outstanding. You could go as far deep as 3-4 in a particular class and still find one that exemplifies tremendous amount of quality. With that being said, there was one that I taught into awfully hard in class. There's one out here that I think goes ahead and wins the crossbred barrels for fun. I think there's two that maybe follow it, two that get a little bit closer. I'll go ahead and show you my grand and then take an extra look for reserve. Let's give these kids a big round of applause. As I said before, it's a little bit closer in my mind to reserve. In no particular order, I guess I'll talk you guys through what I'm seeing out here. And young man right here in front of me has got just an overwhelmingly dense kind of fish. Again, as I said in class, I love that one's skull and head shape. I love how broad it is at the base of his chest fork. Certainly think he's plenty good enough in terms of his shape and spread right there at the top side of his shoulder. Why duty is critical on this one is just the utilization of his hind leg. He's at right at the edge of his skeleton. And while he's good enough in class, I don't know where he sits relative to the other crossbred barrel out here that's been mentioned in my mind. Then that's the young man's lightweight barrel. As I said in class, really deep look on the side. Love how high fine that one is. This one arguably offers an advantage in terms of just We drop out these barrows from their respective divisions, and I think they both represent them incredibly well. In my mind, these are both rugged, structured barrows that have the right kind of muscularity and read with the right kind of freshness. With that being said, there's one that reads with more futurity in my mind. There's one that has just a shot more in terms of far-reaching pieces. The young lady's crossbred will be your grand overall barrel. Crossbreds, and I certainly don't think that one detriments the quality. As I said in the crossbred drive, I love that one's look from the side. I love that one's squareness. I like quite a bit about that one. That one's going to go ahead and be your reserve. Very nice set of barrels. Let's give all these kids a big round of applause. You're right in there, man. Congratulations.
Again, we're just going to take a quick 5-minute break here, or 4-minute break.
was that? All right, you go ahead and be 5. Could be 4. We'll go 3, it'll be 2, it'll be 1. Really, really nice class of market gilts out here. And the one that I opted to go ahead and lead off with again is one that I think does so quite handily. I love this one's density, its skull. I love how big and athletic that one is in terms of its forearm. I love the shape that it has to the top side of its skeleton. If I want to get a little critical on this one, I'd maybe like to smooth it out in terms of its transition points ever so slightly. Maybe like to square it up in terms of how that rear foot meets the ground and pushes and drives back behind its hip. But that's being awfully critical of a market gilt that offers some awfully big pieces. Take nothing away from the young lady in the blue across the ring from me. Another one that's incredibly good in terms of the shape through its lower skull. Love that one's squareness coming and going. To me, that one's got to be a little bit better in terms of its lower body shape and balance. I think if we can go ahead and drop that one there, that one could certainly push up and rival our class winner. Young lady here in third, really bold, dense kind of gilt that has all sorts of pliability. To me, I got to lay that one back in its shoulder, allow it to tie more comfortably out of the top side of its shoulder, but really dense kind of pig that offers plenty of muscularity in my mind. Young lady here in 4, really neat design pig from the side. Love how big and square that one is at the base of its tail root. For me, just need to give that one a shot more in terms of groceries off either end of its skeleton. Then as we round out the class, another gilt that offers some length and extension ahead of its shoulder. Again, we got to give this one a shot more in terms of muscle and spread off either end of its skeleton. Maybe relax it in terms of its hip and hind leg. Allow it to drive with more comfort as you study it from the side. But very nice class. Let's give these kids a big round of applause.
All right, congratulations to all of our Class 1 Market Gilt exhibitors. First place in this class goes to Paige Zimbrick, and second to Shelby Thompson. Next class will be our middleweight. Coming into the ring, we have Alyssa Reinhold, Abel Thompson, Milo Brannon, Mavella Floyd, Alexis Cresson, and Gracelyn Volsky, and weights range from 272 to 308. I also just want to make a quick announcement. We are not going to start the sheep show before 12:30. We are working with some of the exhibitors that are showing cattle, and then to allow
Gilts here. The young lady that's going ahead and getting pinned up is the one that I opted to lead off with. That's one that, in my mind, offered the most just true skeletal width at the base of her skeleton. Loved the shape and spread she offered up high. Plenty dynamic from stifle to stifle. Nice place to start. Take nothing away from the young lady in the white shirt across the ring from me. Really freshly presented kind of gilt. One that's incredibly genuine in terms of her muscle shape up high, and as you study her going away, maybe just doesn't offer quite as much just true base width when you're comparing her directly to our class winner, but still a nice place to land for second. Young lady in third in the blue shirt is one that's a similar story to our second place pig. One that I think offers a tremendously fresh kind of look and shape up high. To me, she gets a little more closed up at her knee, not quite as comfortable in the utilization of her rear leg. Young man here in four, really dynamic shaped kind of pig, just gets too hard in terms of its forerib shape, gets a little bit more concave in terms of the sweep through its lower body. I think if we could soften it there ever so slightly, we could afford to move that one up a little bit. Young lady's partial belted gilt there across the ring is one that, again, offers a tremendous volume of muscle. We just got to change how we put it on. Young man's black gilt there right in front of me is one that, again, love the volume of muscle that one offers. Just gets too closed up off either end of its skeleton, just too frail at the surface to move up any higher in this particular class.
All right, congratulations to all of our middleweight market gilt exhibitors. Special congratulations to Alexis Crescent, first place in that class, and also to Graceland Volsky, second place in that class. They will come back for the selection of the Grand and Reserve Market Gilt. We have our last class of Market Gilt coming in the ring. We'll need Corinna Hagen, David Nerud, Aiden Harubi, Finn Ramasmo, and Wyatt Cashman.
Another really good class to go ahead and wrap up our market gilts here. I went ahead and opted to use the young man in the watermelon colored shirt to lead off this particular class. I think that one goes ahead and wins in my mind just with respect to true body cavity spread and base width at the surface. Study that one at the top side of its skeleton. It's incredibly broad. It's got a really nice shape to it, really square, nice place to start. Take nothing away from the young man's here in second. An incredibly freshly presented pig, one that bounces up very well from the side, is incredibly smooth in terms of its transition points. I'd just like to see that one just a little bit square, a little bit more base, and with a shot more base width as you study it going directly away from you. He wants to close at his hock, maybe doesn't offer just quite the genuine width that our class winner does. Young man here in third, another freshly presented gilt, one that is very, very fresh in terms of its shape up high. Just one we got to go ahead and again crack open ever so slightly, maybe lay that one back in its shoulder, make it a bit more comfortable in terms of how it goes out of its front too, but nice place to go for third in my mind. Young lady here in four, really broad, dense kind of pig. Again, one that we just need to freshen up in terms of its shape. Maybe crack it open at the top side of its skeleton. Then as we round out the class, neat pattern gilt. Love that one's length and extension from the side. Just need to see that one with a bit more in terms of groceries when you study that one from a muscularity standpoint. Very nice class. Let's give these kids a big round of applause.
All right, congratulations to all of our heavyweight market gilt show exhibitors. First place in that class goes to Finn Ramasmo, and second to Aiden Ruby. Now we are going to go ahead and select our grand and our reserve grand champion market gilt. From our lightweight class, we're going to have our class winner Paige Zimbrick come out, and Shelby Thompson will be on deck. From our middleweight class, we're going to need Alexis Crescent to come out, and Gracelyn Balsky will be on deck. And then from our heavyweight class, Finn Ramaswamy will be on deck. And also, if you got first, second, or third in any of your classes today and you would like a ribbon, please come up and see us. Again, first, second, or third in any of your classes, and if you want your ribbon, go ahead and come on up here and we'll hand those out.
Really, really pleased with the lineup of market gilts we have out here. I think all of them truly embody the essence of having the right kind of muscularity, kind of build, and just the right kind of productivity to be out here and be profitable for each and every one of these individuals. With that being said, there's one that does it again with a little bit farther reaching pieces. The young lady, lightweight will be your grand market gilt. Grand overall market gilt in terms of type and kind and far-reaching pieces. That one will go ahead and be reserved.
Class one, right?
Yep.
Okay. Congratulations again to all of our market gilt exhibitors. Grand Champion Market Gilt today goes to Paige Zimbrick, and Reserve Grand Champion Market Gilt goes to Shelby Thompson. Now we're going to go ahead and select our overall premier market animal. Since we already had selected our market animal. And also, our sponsor for our buckles this year is Andy Gates with Bigger Gates out of Lansford, North Dakota. So very generous to sponsor all of our market animal Supreme Champion buckles today. Andy Gates with Bigger Gates out of Lansford, North Dakota. Also, if you do win a special prize today, please take a backdrop picture and share that with us. Thank you.
Really couldn't be more pleased with how our market show's gone today.
Really, just the quality's been overwhelming from class to class, and it's been extremely just fun in my mind to get to sort through each and every one of these pigs and get to interact with these exhibitors. I think they've done a tremendous job getting these things presented, not only here today, but you can tell that the work's been done at home. So with that being said, let's give each and every one of these kids a big round of applause. I won't take any more time on the mic here. I've got a pretty good idea of what I want to do here on the market side of things. The young lady with your market barrel will be your grand overall. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
All right, congratulations to all of our market swine exhibitors today. Supreme Grand Champion Market Swine hog today goes to Paige Zimbrick with her commercial barrow, and Reserve Supreme Market Swine goes to Kellen Hintz with his commercial market barrow. Great job to all exhibitors. Now we are going to go into our showmanship division. Our first class of showmanship will invite any swine exhibitor that is ages 9 and under. It's our beginning showmanship Kiwi division. So any swine exhibitor that is 9 and under, we'll wait until you can all get out here. You can start making your way to the ring. On deck is our junior showmanship, and that will be ages 10 through 14.
It's been a really fun set of Pee Wee showmen to get to work through and get to talk to. And I certainly think from first all the way down through the rest of the group, each and every one of these individuals do things incredibly well. You can tell that the work's been put in ahead of time, and these kids are on the right track, not only to be great showmen in the future, but to be great humans and great individuals on down the road. So I applaud you guys for getting these kids involved and keeping them so committed to their projects. With that being said, I get to pick 3 of them, and I certainly think that there were 3 standout individuals. The young lady across the ring from me is going to go ahead and be your champion Pee Wee showman. The young man in the plaid shirt right in front of me with the black barrel is going to go ahead and be your reserve. And the young man with the watermelon shirt across the ring is going to be your 3rd overall showman. Let's give these kids a big round of applause.
All right, congratulations to all of our Pee Wee and beginner showmen. They did amazing. Way to go. Grand champion Pee Wee showman today goes to Shelby Thompson. 2nd place reserve goes to Ty Nitschke, and 3rd place was Finn Ramismo. All right, and the next class that we have in the ring, we will have our junior showmanship, ages 10 through 14. So junior showman ages 10 through 14. And our final class of the Swine show today is going to be our senior showmanship. They will be on deck, so seniors ages 15 through 21.
My apologies for taking a little bit longer. I just wanted to take the opportunity to try to get to speak with each and every one of these individuals, or each and every one of these exhibitors on an individual basis. And because of that, I will talk to each and every one of them on the mic today. With that being said, again, there's 3 out here that I think are incredibly good showmen. The young lady in the blue top across the way with the Yorkshire Barrow is going to go ahead and be your grand overall showman. The young lady in front of me in the red is going to be your reserve showman. And then the young man with the Duroc Barrow across the way is going to be 3rd overall. These exhibitors do a great job. They've got a tremendously good symbiotic relationship with their kids. You can tell the work's been put in at home. Let's give these kids a hand.
All right, congratulations to all of our junior showmanship. We had a huge class out here, which was so awesome to see, and you all did amazing. Way to go. Grand champion, junior show person today goes to Willow Abentross. Reserve grand champion goes to Lizzie McLeod. And 3rd place goes to Sully Abentross. So again, Willow Abentross, Lizzie McLeod, and Sully Abentross, but congrats to every single one of you. Our last class in our swine show today is going to be our senior showmanship, ages 15 through 21. So senior showman, you can make your way to the ring now. Thank you.
And there are 3 exhibitors out here that I haven't talked to yet, and they're going to be my top 3. With that being said, I think that they're certainly deserving of an explanation of why I think they need to be that way and maybe why I placed them that way. But the young man that I'm going to opt to lead off with is the young man with the Duroc barrel coming across the center of the ring. I think in terms of just putting in hard work out here and always being where he needed to be, despite the pig not always wanting to be there, certainly exemplifies a great showman. That kid didn't give up. That kid hung in there, and that pig never looked out of place. That's a very, very good showman. Let's give him a big round of applause. Take nothing away from the exhibitor that goes second. This is an exhibitor that I think in terms of keeping their pig in motion and always giving me the looks that I needed to see, this young exhibitor did an exemplary job. The young man with the partial belted gilt is going to go ahead and be reserved. I think he did a great job. Young lady, you're going to go ahead and be 3rd overall. Again, you did a tremendously good job presenting your pig. You can tell the time's been put in at home. It's just getting to be a long day on that pig. He's not wanting to go quite as well for you, and that's to no fault of your own. It's just a tough class. It was little things that sorted. You do a great job. Keep your head held high. Let's give each and every one of these exhibitors a big round of applause for their efforts.
Thanks for taking so much time with all of them.
All right, congratulations to all of our senior swine showmanship exhibitors. Grand champion senior showman today goes to Jace Zimbrick, reserve to Kellen Hintz, and 3rd place to Paige Zimbrick. So that concludes our swine show today. Thanks to all the exhibitors and families for making it flow so smooth. Also to our judge, Luke Schmidt, and our Your Lives Event crew for filming it online. Remember, and we will start the sheep show at 12:30. Again, that's only about 45 minutes away, as it said on the social media post. So this will allow exhibitors to eat and get ready. So 12:30 will be our first class of the sheep show. Thank you.